Right now, guys, I'm going to get into the levels of defense. Not everything in wrestling is practicing moves, getting strength, building speed, flexibility. All these things are important. Going live, all these things are important. But an understanding of the sport, an understanding of strategy and mentality, all these different types of things I think are underutilized aspects of wrestling that coaches don't talk about enough. So what I want to get into today as far as strategy goes and just wrestling and the functionality of it is the 5 forms of defense. There's multiple different forms, but we'll just say five basic ones, which is head is first, hands is second, sprawling and hips are third, and then you get into more things like wizards and splits. That's fourth, and then fifth would be scrambling and or stalemate. I have had lots of wrestlers, very talented wrestlers, that would allow people to shoot in on their legs, and they would try to go right for scrambling. They'd try to go right for their wizards. And what they're doing is they're throwing away 3 forms of defense. They're throwing away, making their opponent have to try harder to get to their legs. They're making it easier by not sticking to the order of defense. If he can't get to my legs because my head's in the way, he's never going to take me down with a shot. If he can't get past my hands, he's not going to get to my legs. He's not going to get to a shot. Now, if he gets to my legs and he's in on my legs and I'm hip pressuring in and he can't break my hips and my hips are pressuring on his shoulders and he can't get his head off the mat, his chest off the mat, he's not going to get his head up, he's not going to drive through me, he's not going to be able to take me down. If he shoots on me and instead of trying to block him, trying to stop him with my hands, trying to break him with my hips, and I just go immediately to a wizard. Let's say I have an amazing wizard and I have like a 70% success rate at stopping people from doing that, which, that's a relative statistic right there, because you're not going to have that same percentage against one of the best guys in the nation, the state, whatever it is you're training for. And we don't train to beat the average, we train to beat the best. So if you're going directly to wizard and you're wrestling an extremely good guy, and he has not had to do any fighting beforehand to get to that wizard, it's going to be a lot easier for him to finish, and you're going to be more of a dogfight. But let's just, for a hypothetical situation, let's just say that you have a 70% success rate. You're still gambling a 70-30 right there. Whereas if you make him fight through your head, fight through your hands, fight through your hips, and then go there, that probability of you stopping him has to dramatically increase. Even if you're not very good with your head or your hands or maybe even your hips, you're making him have to go and fight to get under your head. You're going to have to make him change his level to get into your legs. You're going to have to make him go through your hands. A lot of wrestlers will flinch when they're about to get hit in the face with the hands, or when they meet contact with your hands, it will slow down their momentum. They won't get as deep in on your legs. You'll be able to sprawl better. Your hip pressure will be better. But if you throw those things away and you just go right to a wizard, or you let him get real deep and you try to go right for a scramble, you're giving him opportunity that he doesn't deserve. You got to make it as hard as possible for him. And for him to just have to beat one thing is too easy. You need to make it harder. Use your head, use your hands. If he beats those things, that's fine. You just go to the next step, which is sprawling and fighting and trying to break his pressure with your hips. If he's real strong and he fights up and he starts fighting through that and he breaks your hips, that's fine. Then we can go wizard. Then we can go split. Then we can go scramble or stalemate. But you don't resort to those things last. You always want to go in an order of events, make it harder for your opponent, make it so he can't just get to your legs right away, because if he takes 4 or 5 shots and he doesn't touch your legs because your head's in the way, he's going to start rethinking that. Now, if he's getting in on your legs every time, even if you stop him 3 or 4 times, if you're going straight whizzer, eventually he's going to score. And if he says to himself, I can keep getting to this guy's legs, he's not going to be fearful of getting to your leg. He's not going to be fearful of shooting. And that's a problem. We want him to be scared to shoot because we don't wrestle his match. We don't let him dictate the action. We shut down his action and we dictate the action ourselves. When you are the person that is dictating the action, you're a half a second head start and he's always reacting to you. But if he's constantly shooting in on us, then he's dictating the action and he's shooting in on us and we're reacting to